So the lesson I'm working on right now is called it's vulnerability, and it's been a few months, and ever since I decided that or at least it seemed that that's something I need to work on. A lot of things are revolving around it, the way I express myself, the things that I'm sharing. I'm being a little bit more open, a little bit more vulnerable. So bear with me. We're going to get to the bone. We're going to talk about the raw stuff, the things that make me uncomfortable. I would love for you to join me in this journey so we can do it together, so we can grow together. But if you just want to watch me until you get the strength, that's fine too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your time.
Hello there, Rose here, the happiness warrior. Welcome to my first podcast ever. So I'm doing this, as you know, this vulnerability challenge. And vulnerability is a lesson that I'm working on. You know, it's a lesson that I have not yet mastered. It is the one that makes me the most uncomfortable. But I know that once I say the things that I don't want to say, I feel free. But the things that I say, it's mostly for other people, because I know that I'm not the only one who has ever felt alone. I know that I'm not the only person who has ever felt like no one cares. I know that I'm not the only person who has ever experienced depression, anxiety. I know I'm not the only person who lived life hoping that every day would be the last. I used to pray to God or whomever that I would like to die. That if God existed and he is so powerful, like they say, that he would have killed me already. But I told him I don't want a painful death. You see, I was even selective. I say, see, I want to go to bed and not wake up. Don't make it painful for me. I beg. And I say, if you were God and they say you love people, you've done so many wonderful things for other people. They seem happy. Things come to them. They get the things they want. Life seems to smile at them. But what about me? You let me be adopted and I left my mom and everything I knew. As an adoptive kid, I don't remember. I think my adopted mother has hugged me maybe a total of 2 times. I have always felt alone. No one to trust. When I told my adopted mother I was sick, she would tell me, and what do you want me to do? Go take medication. And those were days that I believe she kind of believed me, because most days she assumed that when I said I was sick, it's because I didn't want to do chores. Because one time when I was, I think, 7 years old, or if I was really old, I was 8. Because I was so busy doing so much, sometimes I would forget to eat. So you know how, your stomach, the side of your stomach will hurt, so painful when you don't eat. And so that's what had happened to me. I was in so much pain. I couldn't get out of bed. I was in pain. So I didn't get out of bed that morning. And my mom didn't understand, but she had to go to work. So she came home, and at that time she had a few kids staying over for, like, they were on vacation. And, one of the girls said, you should eat something. And I said, no, I'm hurting. She's like, trust me, when I don't eat, that happens to me too. You have to eat something. I promise you'll get better. So I ate. A few hours later, I felt better. Well, I'm a kid. What do you think? Everyone was playing. I just wanted to play. So my mom comes home and she sees me playing and she says, oh, I thought you said you were sick. I said, I was, but I feel better. She's like, so you sit here and pretend that you're sick because you don't want to work. And that girl, I remember her saying, no, Mom, really, she wasn't feeling well, but it's because she hadn't eaten, but she feel better now. But the story became, my mom started telling people that when Rose says she's sick, it's because she doesn't want to do work. She doesn't want to do chores. That wasn't the truth. But I always told myself as an adult, let's assume I did lie that I was sick. We lived in a huge house, what you guys refer to as, I think, a palace. Huge. Don't remember, at least 5 rooms. Huge living room, huge backyard. I did all that. Clean every day before I went to school, mind you. And school is at 7. So because I was slow, I woke up at 4 o'clock to wash the dishes, to mop the floor, to sweep. Then take a shower outside because my mom said I was messy. Outside where people could see me before I can go to school. Walk to school, at least 30-minute walk. When I come home, I have to cook. So let's assume that one day I pretended to be sick. I think it would have been okay. But I'm not saying this to villainize my mother because, Every human has flaws. But I'm saying this to bring your attention to a few things. I wasn't a child like everyone else. I was way too independent. I did things that kids my age couldn't do. In fact, at that same age, at 8 years old, someone left me with a kid, a 10-month-old baby. I was that baby with her for 2 months until she turned 1 year old. And no, my mom wasn't helping me because she told me that I accepted that responsibility. So in the middle of the night, I would wake up and take care of this child. And I remember there was one grade, I don't remember which grade. I almost failed that grade because I was taking care of a baby. And I did such a good job. Obviously, that's why her parents left me with her. Because what first time parents leave their 10-month-old baby with an 8-year-old child? They did that because they had lived with us and they saw how well I took care of that baby. When I got adopted at 5 years old, it wasn't by choice. I remember that my mom just told me that I was going to visit, but then that was it. My life changed forever. That same year, I got hit by a car, and I almost died, as my brother and my mom told me, because I remember waking up, and my brother was scared, and he said, "I thought you died," because I'm independent, like I say. But that was my first time meeting my older brother. I had never seen him before. So when I got adopted, he was apparently adopted by the same woman. My adoptive mother is actually my aunt, right? Well, my mom, just, putting the pieces together, couldn't afford to take care of us, feed us, or even, send us to school. So I wasn't going to school. I was also a very sick child. So, part of the reason was because I was sick all the time. And the fact that she couldn't afford it. So, according to my brother, I did not want him to hold my hand, and I decided to cross the street by myself, and I got hit by that car. The man used to come visit me as I was healing, and I remember him being so scared. I guess he thought they were going to sue him. When I was 9 years old, I drank bleach. I mixed it up with soap and oil. I don't know why. The mixture, because I saw that my adopted mother never paid attention to me. When you're a kid, of course, you want your mom to pay attention to you. But I saw how much care she gave to my cousin, her grandson. But her excuse was that he has asthma and he's always sick. And so I thought, well, maybe if I'm sick too, she would take care of me. So I drank bleach. But nothing happened to me. Not a headache, not a stomach ache, nothing. I was so mad. I've always wanted to die. Up until 4 years ago. I know if you watch my YouTube video about depression, I talk about how I wanted to die. But did I tell you it's only been 4 years that I've decided to stay alive? Only 4 years ago I wanted to die. Of course, I would have never admitted this to anyone. I was talking to my really good friend, whom we share similar stories, and she said something that made so much sense. I wrote a piece about this. We'll see how I feel. I may post it. But my friend said, we've always wanted to die, but now that we've decided to be alive, now that we've decided to be here, to stay, now that, she said, now that we've decided that we're here to stay, we have to do things differently. And she's right. So when I say I don't care about other people's opinion, what I mean is that I do not care about what other people think of me. Because you see, I know that I can die at any moment. Although before it was my dream, my desire, these days it's not. I want to be alive to make a difference. I want to be alive because life is beautiful. I want to be alive because I can see how much change I can make in the world. And so for me, it doesn't feel like I've been alive for so long because I've spent the best part of my life wanting to die, thinking of ways to die. Every day that I woke up, I was pissed. But no one would have ever known because see, they say fake it until you make it. I was committed to faking it because I didn't know how to make it. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't know anyone like me. Even people from the same country as me, they have family, they had support system. I didn't know anyone like me who had made it. So how could I see the light at the end of the tunnel or even imagine my life to be different? I assumed that I would always be miserable, that I wasn't good enough to be loved, that I would never meet someone to love me, that I was just a terrible person. And I didn't know why God was leaving me, why he was letting me be alive when I was just a terrible person who doesn't deserve anything, who deserved nothing. And that it was normal that people didn't love me, that it was normal that I felt the way I felt because I wasn't good enough. I spent the best part of my life wanting to kill myself. And now that I want to stay alive, it is different for me. Every day truly is a gift because I know that can be taken away at any moment. Life is not a guarantee. Tomorrow is not a guarantee. We don't get a warning as to when we're going to die. While I'm alive, I want to make a difference in this world. I want someone to hear my story and be inspired. If they wanted to kill themselves, to not do it. If they thought they're alive and life is so terrible, trust me, I've been there. And today, no, I don't have more than I did before. I don't have people supporting me and all this kind of stuff. I decided to choose my own people. I start all over again. New friends, new life, new everything. Today I have friends in my life who support me, who truly have my back. It was so difficult. I thought it was difficult to make friends when you're already old. But I still tried. But you know what else? It's as if I was just born again. So I'm experiencing life almost like for the first time. Being alive, it's wonderful. Everything is wonderful. So I spend most of my time smiling and laughing, being so silly. Because what else am I supposed to do? I can't waste time to worry about the things that I cannot change. I can't waste time to worry about the things that I have no control over. I can only worry about me and the things that I'm doing, how I treat other people, how I make them feel. Excuse me. And that's what I'm focused on. Because 4 years ago, I didn't want to be here. And today I'm here. So happy to be alive. Do you know the difference? I changed my mentality. I don't have more money than before. I actually have less. I took a job that I care for because I got to make a difference in people's life, people's heart. Life is different for me because I've spent so much time wanting to die, like I say. And so now it's like, oh my gosh, I have so much time to smile, to laugh, to love. I came from a place of emptiness. Didn't feel loved, felt numb, felt nothing. I was in relationship imitating emotions. I read about love. I read about what it means to be in a relationship, to love someone. So I mimic what it felt to love someone. I felt nothing. My heart was empty. I felt nothing. I was numb. I couldn't feel anything. I've spent so much time bottling feelings, things I heard. I spent so much time putting them in a box that I found nothing. Today, feeling pain feels so good. Feeling anger feels so good. Right? It's like I'm alive. And if you love and you get brokenhearted, oh my, I know it sucks, but it's like, wow, I can feel. I can let myself be vulnerable. I'm sharing this because I know that people who are depressed or even suicidal, it feels like no one cares. And I'm going to tell you, for me, when I decided to heal, I decided to accept the worst case scenario. I said, okay, maybe I am a terrible person. Maybe I am unlovable. But if no one is going to love me, and God or whoever doesn't want to kill me, then I better figure out a way to be happy because I am sick and tired of being miserable. I'm sick and tired of being sad. So I decided to love myself. I said, if no one is going to love me, I'm going to love me. I'm going to love me like it's no one's business. When I started this journey of falling madly in love with myself, I didn't even know I was on a journey. I just wanted to love me. I just wanted to be happy. Actually, that's how I started. And I read so many books, read so many things on Google. So many people have shared the formula of happiness. I'm going to have to go through and look for my notebooks. I wrote it down, the formula of happiness, the formula of happiness. I wrote it down so many times. But I had to create my own formula. As you will have to create your own. Because it's even okay if no one cares about you, because you have to care about you. So what if no one loves you? You have to love you. Because you know what? Even if the whole world loves you and you don't love you, it feels different. If the whole world believes in you, you don't believe in you, it feels different. So if no one has your back, make sure you have your own back. And that's how it felt. I am oh so thankful to be alive, oh so grateful to be alive. To be able to speak my truth, to share my story, hoping to inspire you. I would love to hear your story. But mostly, if you're hurting, if you feel like no one cares, know that that's not true. Because we always feel like no one cares. But that's because we've closed up. And we're not even opening our heart. We're not giving our heart a chance. We're not giving ourselves a chance to get hurt. I get that. I can't force you to believe in yourself. I can't force you to be alive. But if you want someone to talk to who understands how it feels like, or who has an idea what it feels like to want to die, I would love to be that person for you. If you want to kill yourself because you think no one cares, I would say don't do it. The choice is yours, of course. But just remember that life could always be worse. And that's a philosophy I adopted. No matter how bad things get, I tell myself it could always be worse. And I know it could be worse. I have seen worse. I have been in worse situations. Some of this time I could have died because I didn't even have food. I was starving myself. People didn't know this. I wanted to be comfortable, so I had an apartment. And I wore normal clothes. You don't know that I waited until they were like super, super cheap online. And I looked normal and I acted normal and I smiled. And I looked and I acted just like the way I'm acting now, except it was fake. I was faking it. I just didn't know how to make it. So today, it is a celebration. To be alive, a celebration of life for me. Because to me, I've only been alive for 4 years. So much to discover, so many people to love, so much love to give. I appreciate your time. Thank you. May you have a wonderful day. May you have a peaceful day. Remember to love yourself. Thank you.
Remember to share, like, subscribe, and comment. I know that it's easy to forget, so I know that you're thinking, oh, I'm going to do it later. No, actually stop. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you.